Guys, I'm really excited to show you my full handbag collection. I've got 37 bags to show you. Most of them are designer handbags. And we've got the juicy, warm, fuzzy, cozy colors. So I'm going to be doing with you my neutral monogram bags, my brown bags, my black bags, my white bags, and my dark neutral color bags. And you guys know me, I'm Lady Vintage Bags. I am a vintage Louis Vuitton fiend. So there's going to be a lot of that in there. But aside from that, we're also going to have Chanel, Hermes, some contemporary brands, and also some non-branded bags. So I'm going to go by color, not brand this time. So we're going to start out with the monogram bags. This is my vintage Louis Vuitton Sac weekend bag, and this is my alternative to the Neverfull. I love this bag so much because it has elements like feet and a top zipper, and it also has front and back pockets. This is called a sack weekend bag because it was actually made for weekend trips, but it has rolled handles. So this is not really meant to be worn on the shoulder. It actually falls off the shoulder if you do. It's actually meant to be a handheld carry bag. And this is the PM size, the smaller of the two. But I'm a longer strap kind of person. I'm a crossbody person. So I've added my own crossbody strap to it to make it more versatile and more suited to the way I like to wear it. These vintage Louis Vuitton bags do not have the shedder, so they are all weather bags. So for nearly all the bags I'm going to be showing you today, there are already unboxing or review videos. So if you want to know anything more further about any of the bags, I'm going to link more down below. So if you guys are looking for alternatives to the Neverfull, particularly something that's vintage, I can recommend the Sac Weekend, as long as you know that these are rolled handles and don't sit on the shoulder well. Otherwise, I also have a video showing you 5 different vintage alternatives to the Neverfull, which I'll link here. Yes, you're seeing correctly. This is a duplicate. This is the Louis Vuitton Vintage Saint Cloud bag, and I love it so much. I not only have these two, I actually have a third one as well. But this is the PM size. Not the smallest, it's actually a rarer mini bag, but this is the small size, and this is the GM size, the big mama. So I have 2 of them here. This one's older, there's no date code on this one, but this one is from the 90s. So if you guys actually love the Louis Vuitton Saint Cloud bag, I actually have a comparison between the PM and the GM size. So you can sort of figure out which one is best for you, and I'll leave that video linked here. But I love these because they're really easy to use. You see this flat bottom here? They stand up on their own. They don't fall over, which I think is a really important element for me aesthetically for bags. I hate it when bags topple over. Do you agree? Let me know if you agree, if you hate it when bags topple over. And these stand up upright, and they're really great crossbody bags. I really love the length of them. And they also have back pockets. Now this is a bag that does have vachetta, and this is a bag I do have to baby because when I bought it, the vachetta was in pretty good condition. I have unfortunately stained it. Let me know if when you stain vachetta, it really stresses you out, because it stresses me out. This is called the Boetie PM, and this is a handheld bag from the early 2010s. So this is like a 2012 model. There's also the MM and the GM, but this is the PM size, which is only handheld. But you know me, I like a crossbody strap. So I've literally just added my own crossbody strap. You will notice that I added these ugly ribbons, yes I know they're ugly, that I've looped through each of the rings that holds the strap. And I've done that on purpose so that I can not only add a crossbody strap, but also so I can add this longer shoulder strap, which I've hacked by myself. And what I mean by hacked by myself was I made it adjustable. This was originally just one piece of this fake vachetta. I don't think it's real vachetta. And I actually cut it. And then I bought these watch clasps, and then I poked a hole in it, and then I made it adjustable myself. So I have 2 different lengths. I have this length, and I have another hole here to make it even longer. And then I cut the chain in half, and then I made it a double chain on each side. So for me, if a bag doesn't quite work for me, but I really like the bag and I want to give it a go, I will find different tricks and hacks to make the bag work for me. Let me know if you do the same thing as well. This is a very rare beauty. The listing I bought her off called her the Sac Vendome. I have seen other listings call her the Sac Passy, but I think this is the Sac Vendome, and I believe it came in 2 different sizes, and this is the bigger size. This bag, I believe, is from the 70s. It's so old, it's before the date code. So I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's from the 70s. And I love this padlock shaped clasp. Turn lock rather, And this is, again, that really vintage treated leather, weather resistant. And this is a 2-length shoulder strap. So you can wear it short shoulder or longer shoulder. And you know me, I'm going to be crossbody, so I'm going to be wearing this crossbody. I only have it on the shorter length for storage purposes. And I love this super, super gold hardware. Isn't this bag just incredible? It was a bit more expensive. It is one of my most expensive bags, but it is such a rarity. For me, this is a collector's piece. The Monceau. This was a dream bag for me. So much so that I have 2 of them, and you'll see the other one later. And I do want to collect a third one called the Special Order Damier Eben one. You know the Damier Eben print? Well, these are only on the pre-loved market as special orders because they were never made as mass-produced items. Only like a VIC or VIP could have ordered it at that time. And they are much more expensive in the pre-loved market, so I've got to save up for it. But this one was one of my really bad experiences from buying pre-loved on Facebook. And I never have bought from Facebook again and probably never will. I'll leave that story up here. But guys, caution. Just caution buying on pre-loved in general, but caution buying from non-professional sellers, which is what happened here. It wasn't as described in multiple areas of the bag, and I felt as though I was so desperate for the bag that I bought it when I shouldn't have. So that was a mistake that's now stuck with me. So caution, guys, buying pre-loved from non-professional sellers. This has the iconic S-lock, which is my favorite part of the bag. I love, love, love the S-lock. And it's all leather interior. This is treated leather, so it's all weather resistant. You know, guys, I don't like too much vachetta, even though I have 1 or 2 bags, but I prefer the all weather resistant bags. Isn't she just adorable? Like a mini briefcase. Now, you guys might be wondering, like, why am I featuring Louis Vuitton monogram or whatever monogram inside a fall collection? Don't you guys think that the monogram is super fall on theme, on trend? For me, I mean, I wear monogram any time of the year, but I think this whole brown aesthetic is so suitable for fall. And I find monogram neutral. I know there's a lot of logos and a lot happening, but for me, it matches with everything in my wardrobe. Maybe I'm being delusional about it. I don't know. But for me, I find that I can just wear monogram with anything and it goes. Okay, so this is another super old bag. My model, again, is pre-date code. There are some of these made after the date code system was introduced, but mine is pre-date code. And this is called the Sac Bandouliere. I think this was actually part of the men's range originally, if you look at the old catalogs, but I don't care. And I find this is a really easy-going bag. It is really boxy, like look at that. The bottom is semi-structured. You can feel the structure there when squeeze, particularly on the corners. Like I'm squeezing it, it's holding its structure there. So this is built like a luggage bag, very sturdy. Weather resistant, comes with a shoulder pad. This, it has a short strap setting and a long strap setting. You'll find that as a really common theme, that I love the idea of bags with adjustable straps. You can go short strap or long strap setting. However, actually in real life, never wear the short strap setting. I always do crossbody because I like to be hands-free and I don't like just one side. I used to when I was younger, like before I was 20, but not anymore. And this, for anyone who travels on planes, this goes perfectly under the seat in front of you. I don't like to use the overhead compartment because I'm a shorty. Very hard for me to reach, and I don't like having to ask people for help all the time. So this goes pop right under the seat in front of you. And not only that, I use this as a footrest. I know that sounds really bad, like using my Louis Vuitton as a footrest, but it's like a perfect height for my short legs. So if any of you guys are like me and you're like 5'1", 5'2", and you have this issue where you can't reach the overhead compartment and your feet can't comfortably reach the ground, this is the bag for you. Beautiful sac Bordeaux GM. There is also a PM size for some of you who think this is too big. This is a 2-way clutch bag. So really good to pair with evening outfits, or you can wear it with the strap and make it a casual bag. I love, just look how classy this bag is. Look at that. I love the LV in a circle there. I think that's really nice. It does come with a back pocket. All leather lined on the inside with removable straps. Therefore, you can wear it as a clutch or you can wear it as a long shoulder bag. Completely up to you. I love versatility. If I'm going to pay cashola, if I'm going to pay cash money, I want as much versatility as possible. Even if I choose not to use all its aspects, I want it to be there. Let me know if you're the same. Let me know if you want value for money, bang for your buck. Vintage Gucci. This is from like the original Ophidia line from like the 80s. So you will find that the coated canvas is like so good quality on Vintage Gucci. I would say the same for vintage Louis Vuitton. These coated canvases are pretty much indestructible. Like unless you're going to go burn them with a flame or take a knife to them and cut them, normal daily use on the canvas, they can handle it. You will also find a unique aspect on the vintage Gucci is that sometimes the hardware is mixed gold and silver color. It's not that it got, I mean, in some cases it's because it got silvered, but in a lot of the cases it was an intentional mixed gold and silver. One bad thing about vintage Gucci bags is that a lot of them don't come with strap keepers. So I had to like DIY this myself, total underconsumption call. I don't want to go pay for like a custom strap keeper to be made. So I had a watch strap which was like broken. I was going to throw it away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take the strap keeper from the watch strap. I'm going to resize it, glue it down, just make a few tacks there to hold it down. I don't care if it doesn't match. Like it's there for a function, not for aesthetic. So there, I made my own strap keeper. And another thing that I want to say about vintage Gucci bags as a warning for anyone who is looking to collect one but does not yet own one, be aware that a lot of these camera bag styles, I don't know if it's because of the position of where the strap is, but when you're wearing them, they have a propensity to flip upside down when you're wearing them. That's really annoying, to be honest. I don't know why it does that, but just be aware that they can easily flip upside down when you're wearing the bag. I don't know, but it is kind of annoying. And that they do have the problem with the inside fraying too, so just be aware of that. So I've just got a bag liner or a bag organizer in mine at the moment to protect my stuff from all the fluff coming off. Now this is one of my newer acquisitions. This is from the brand Bally or Bally, however you want to pronounce it. And this is a travel clutch. Now what stood out about this clutch for me is the interior. Look at how beautifully organized the interior is. Now, a lot of these categories are outdated. Like I'm not really going to be using traveler's checks. Passport is still relevant. Documents are still relevant. Passenger tickets, luggage tickets. Like even though a lot of these categories are not relevant to me, I love that it's so divided. And I don't care what the actual label is. I can just use it to my own organization style, which you can see I've already got my papers and stuff in there. So I am already actively using it, and it is also on display on my computer table at the moment. And another super cool feature about this one is, check out this retractable wrist strap. Look at that. And then when you don't want it, you just completely retract it back in, and it's like it doesn't exist. How clever is that design? Vintage things are so well thought out in their design because I guess they weren't as mass produced. The designers had more time to think about things and craft really clever, good quality items for their consumers. So this I got at such a good price. I'll leave the unboxing here for you. Seriously, this was so cheap. So now we're going to do my Snow White bags. So this is actually a cheap mini suitcase bag that I bought because it's super light. So on the days when I don't really want to carry anything or my shoulders and my neck are hurting, I've talked about this before, I have neck and shoulder pain and I cannot tolerate you know, the heaviness of a bag, I will wear this. This is like a dupe of the Rimowa first class travel case. And it's just an easy to wear, hard-sided plastic bag that I can just throw my phone and some cash in and go on a dog walk or whatever. So super easy. And you'll find that I love this so much. I do have duplicates. You'll see more of these later on. Whoops. Okay, this is not a Snow White bag, but it's like a beigey bag. So I'm going to include it in it. So this is a bag from a Australian contemporary brand called Montaigne, which like years ago, they were really big. They were in Bloomingdale's, etc. And they were really big for being known for allowing the consumer to create a custom bag, but then they went bust. They still kind of sort of exist, but not to the degree that they used to. And this was one of their most popular styles called the top handle bag. In Australian dollars, this was like $500 in the department store in the year that I bought this bag. I did not spend $500. Luckily, I did buy mine secondhand on eBay. To be honest, I think I bought it from an influencer who probably got it for free. And I paid 170 Australian dollars, which compared to the $500 price tag at that time sounded much better. But now these are going for like, you can get these on a secondhand market for like $90. So I still paid probably more than I should have. And look, to be honest, the quality is not that good for a contemporary brand. I don't know. But I really like the shape. I like the top handle. I like the clasp. You can flip it up or flip it down. And I like that it has a crossbody strap. Again, my bag did not come with a strap keeper. What is up with all these expensive bags not coming with strap keepers? That is like one of the basic functions that you need on an expensive bag. You need a damn strap keeper. Who's with me on this one? Hit the like button, you're with me, or leave me a comment. Do you agree all expensive bags should have a strap keeper? So I just made my own DIY again. It looks crap, I know. This is just a piece of elastic that I just sewed. Doesn't match, but it's there for a function. Its job is to hold this down so that my strap doesn't flap about when I'm walking. How annoying is it when your strap is flapping about when you're walking? Let me know what you think. This is another really white bag. So this is a dupe of the Chanel Diana bag, which is one of my dream vintage Chanel bags, which I am yet to collect. And the original vintage version only comes with single grommet, so you can only get a single layer of straps. They did release like a 2015 model where it did have double grommets, and they're even more expensive. So this is like a dupe of the double grommet version, which is better for versatility. This is actually a bag from Shein. So I don't wear this bag anymore. I did wear it when I first got her, but until I actually get the Dianas, I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of or decluttering the dupes. I think I will declutter them once I get a real Chanel Diana. However, you know what? I don't really want a collection that only has designer handbags. There are going to be some occasions where I don't want to wear a designer handbag, don't feel like it's safe to wear a designer handbag, or don't feel like it's appropriate to wear a designer handbag. Let me know if you're with me on that, where you do need some functional non-designer bags in your collection, because it doesn't make sense to have designer everything and only designer handbags in your collection. Let me know what your thoughts are about that in the comment section, if you agree or disagree. Okay, this is a vintage Chanel Series 0 single flap bag. Oh, look at that. All white interior, and I even got her with the card, the serial card. Yeah, Series 0 ones, they look different to other vintage ones. They've got this white thing here, and they've also got the president's, I know I've got it in, it's hard to see. They've also got the president's signature down there as well. So this one I got authenticated by Zico's Authentication. Luckily, because I paid a lot of money for it. So this was one of my most expensive handbags in my collection. Also one of the worst experiences I got from a seller. I bought it from an Instagram seller, which, you know, is always a risky sort of thing. And I asked the seller, point blank period, has this bag been sparred? She said, no, the bag's been painted. Come on, that counts as being sparred. If a bag's been fully painted, it's been sparred. You can feel it and you can see it. She was in another country and I paid direct, so I couldn't get my money back, couldn't open a case against her. I didn't bother complaining because I had a relative sort of mediate, because of the language barrier, mediate the sale for me. She was pregnant at the time, and she actually did warn me that the bag looks a bit off in terms of like the exterior, probably because she could see that there was something, it looked like it'd been sparred too, and she's a handbag fiend like me, so she was kind of like, are you sure you want this bag? Like, the price is not that great. The condition doesn't look that great. I was like, yes, I want it. So I didn't want to go back and say, oh, can you go and argue with the seller for me? And she was pregnant and she already warned me. So I'm just like, I'm just going to swallow this. I'm going to swallow this as a lesson that I made the mistake. And I'm never going to buy from that seller ever again. So let me know if you've had bad experiences yourself, buying bags, things weren't as described. Put it in the comment section. I want to hear your stories. I just added this little pearl strap myself. This one, the strap hits me perfectly, so I do love that about it. And a lot of the vintage Chanels just don't have the right length shoulder strap for me. So that's what made me really want this bag, was the shoulder length strap. Okay, let's enter the darkness and do the black bags. Dun, dun. This is one of my newest acquisitions. It was one of my birthday bags for 2024. This is my vintage Bally, or Bally, however you want to pronounce it. Actually, let me know how you pronounce it in the comment section. If you pronounce it Bally, put a capital B in the comment section. And if you pronounce it Bally, put a little b in the comment section, because I don't know if I'm saying it wrong or my accent's off. I mean, most of the time when we pronounce things, or when I pronounce things, I'm saying it wrong anyway. So let me know what your version is. So this is their version of the Mini Kelly. So it's a vintage bag. And when I say Mini Kelly, I mean like the vintage. If you think of the Hermes vintage Mini Kelly, like the Mini Kelly, the original version, it has this type of shaped handle that's different to the current Mini Kelly, which is a Mini Kelly 2. It is a more taller, like purposely made for handheld. And that is the style that I love, because you know me, I'm Lady Vintage Bags. I love everything old, 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 old. I love it. Outdated, I love it. This is called the Vintage Louis Vuitton Mabillon backpack in black epi leather. Super indestructible. And I got this for myself for Christmas 2023. Unbeknownst to me, there was mold on it, so I ended up getting a bit of a discount from the seller. And then I cleaned up the mold. If you want to know how to clean up mold from the bag, I'll leave the video here. But yeah, this was in really good condition, and with the extra discount that I got, the price was pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. But one bad thing is the strap is attached to the front of the bag, meaning it is in the way of the zip, meaning you have to physically remove the strap out of the way to unzip the bag, which is inconvenient. So for anyone out there who gets in and out of their bag quickly, just be aware that is an inconvenience that's going to slow you down. But what I do love is this double zip design. I think this bag was originally supposed to come with a padlock and key, so you could lock the two zips together, but I did not get a padlock and key with my bag, which doesn't matter, I probably wouldn't use it anyway. This is my Teddy Blake Kim bag in the lizard embossed in the 9-inch size. And this is such a cute, indestructible bag, and it has all the elements I love. This was kindly gifted by the brand Teddy Blake. They let me choose what I wanted, and I like this bag because it has feet. I like this bag because it has this Sangle-like design, crossbody strap, weather resistant because of the heavy coating of the lizard embossed. The inside has like a micro suede type of finish to it. Oh look, I've got my ball in there from playing fetch with my dog. And I like it because it is very suitable for my dog mum lifestyle. Like if my dog stomps on this bag, it's okay. It can handle it. Very indestructible, weatherproof, scratch-proof bag. So guys, don't sleep on Teddy Blake. One of my prized possessions, another Series 0 vintage Chanel with the gold-plated hardware. You can see it has this unique curved chevron shape. Double grommets. You'll notice that on the vintage bags, the grommets are side by side, whereas on the modern bags, they're vertical, they're up and down. So the shape is different. And you'll also notice that on the vintage bags, when you look at the strap, you will find one part where the link there has no leather interwoven. And that is a very common design feature of the vintage bags, because they just fold the leather back on this side and again on that side, therefore leaving one link exposed with no leather. So if you see that on a vintage bag, don't be surprised, they're on pretty much all of them. So you can wear it short shoulder or you can make it a little bit longer. The strap drop is a little bit too short for me, but luckily I have hacks to be able to add other straps to this bag. Now this was my first Chanel bag. This is a Series 2. I don't know what leather. The person who sold it to me thinks it might be goat leather, but we're not certain. Now this bag was another sort of partially regretful sale because I wasn't so experienced with buying bags at that time. So this was in really rough condition with an undisclosed tear or hole or rip, whatever you want to call it, in the corner, which the seller cleverly always angled it so that was never shown. And then when I messaged the seller about it, she sort of just said, what do you think for the price? That's why it was priced so low. I'm like, yeah, but you should at least show me what the flaw is. Like, be transparent about it. In the end, I had a choice. Send it back or keep it. And I kept it and sparred it. The spar cost nearly the same as the bag. Was it worth it? Not entirely, but I have it now. It's a really unique bag. But this bag has a perfect strap length for me. Again, I really value perfect strap lengths. And another good feature of this bag is I can actually take off the strap. It's a T-bar strap. And I can use that strap on this bag. And now I have a spare Chanel strap for this bag. You can see here. And now I have the perfect length strap I need for this bag. So that was a happy coincidence. So I've just got my Zumoni bag organizer in there that was kindly gifted by Zumoni. And you know, if you guys don't know, and I didn't know this, I was watching another channel and she actually explained, because Zumoni is a Korean brand and she's Korean American. And while she was saying the name Zumoni, it just kind of stuttered out of her mouth, what the Korean version of the word zumoni is. And it turns out it's actually the Korean word for like pouch or pocket. It's just anglicized and it became zumoni. So I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Zumoni pocket pouch. What a clever name. I was like, they should just advertise that on their website as they're like about us, is that the origin of the word means this. I'm like, it makes so much sense. I'll link it down below, but you can see there where she explains where it comes to her what the word zumoni actually is in Korean. And she's like, oh my gosh, what a revelation. My second Monceau. Now this is actually my second black Monceau as well. When I had bought my first one, I bought one in really bad condition because it was at a really good price. But I realized after a while the condition was too bad. I couldn't handle it. So I upgraded my Monceau to this one and I sold the other one off. I had talked about earlier that I like bags that can stand up on their own. And the first one I bought was so out of shape that it couldn't stand up on its own anymore. But this one can. This one was a really pleasant purchase. It was also from an Instagram seller, but it was one that was very professional. It was exactly as described, whereas some of the other ones, they weren't as described. So you can see here, they're the two together. This one was not as described, really bad experience. This one was as described. It was a fantastic experience. This one was in better condition, comes with its original strap, and including shipping, it was even cheaper than this one, which didn't even come with this original strap. And it also came with other non-original parts, which were not disclosed. And also the bag, which is what was part of why the bag was not as described. So this one, bad deal. This one, good and pleasant deal. Louis Vuitton Epi Men's Montaigne Clutch. This is the size 27. There is also a size 23, which is smaller. This is the size 27, and it comes in multiple Epi colors. Black was just the one that I found at the time. And I bought this bag. It is in bad condition, but it was my first time that I was going to alter a bag, so I didn't want to spend too much. And you can see here, the Epi leather is all wrinkled and lost its shape. You can see here at the bottom, see how this sticks out as a pouch? For anyone who is buying vintage Louis Vuitton, be aware that if you see this sticking out, it means it's lost shape. It's not supposed to stick out. It's supposed to fold in like this. So just be aware of that and look out for that, and also look out for corners. See, they're all folded in there. This bag has lost its ability to stand up on its own, but that's okay. So I have altered it by punching holes into the bag and adding these swivel D-rings so I can add a crossbody strap. And I didn't want to pay too much because I'm like, what if I screw it up? Luckily I didn't screw it up. Well, actually no, I sort of did screw it up. Because if you're going to be punching holes in bags, do not punch a hole through the stitch line, which is what I did by accident. So I actually punched the hole through the stitches. I was like, oh no, I popped the stitches. So I quickly went and got clear nail polish and just a layer over the stitches to hold it down so it wouldn't loosen. But yes, be aware of that because that was a mistake I made on this one. Vintage Dior. Doesn't this look like a book? Has a magnetic closure and an adjustable strap. So you know me, I've talked about it earlier. I love adjustable straps. You can wear this on the short setting or you can wear this on the long setting. But it is fabric and it can snag. So just got to be careful about that. Now here is another dupe for the vintage Chanel Diana. So I showed you the white one earlier here. This is the second one. I actually have a third one, but it's not a fall color, so I'm not showing it to you, but it's pink. And I have it in another video about my designer dupes if you want to see that. But yes, until I get an actual vintage Chanel Diana, I'm probably not going to I've thought about decluttering these dupes, but I'm probably not going to. Here's another mini suitcase. So I already showed you the white one here. And now I have a black one. I also have a third one, a silver one, which is in another video, which I'll link here. But yes, these are just so handy. Like you can use these as like a pouch inside an existing bag, or I can wear this as a mini crossbody bag, as a standalone bag. So super easy, especially if you're a dog mum like me. Very lightweight. So if you've got any neck pain, shoulder pain, you can't tolerate anything, these weigh like basically nothing. It's just the weight of the contents that's in there. So this is a really special piece. This is a cosmetic pouch that I had my dog's name embossed into, and also a picture of her painted on there. So this is going to be a forever piece. I'll never get rid of it. Again, it's from the brand Montaigne, which went bust. This was really expensive. It was like, at the time, like we're talking 7 years ago, I paid $90 for this. And then I paid another $90 for the painting. So I spent like $180 on this one contemporary brand cosmetic bag. Like that's a lot for a contemporary brand cosmetic bag. And then I also bought an additional wrist strap, and then I also hacked it by adding the swivel D-ring so I can wear it as an evening bag. And this is just a fun and cheap bag that I got. It's kind of got that sort of Love Shack fancy theme going on. It says Stuff. I love organization, I love labeling, and I love clear storage. And I was like, oh my god, it's like a clear storage labeled handbag. How fun is that? And it comes with its own pouch. So this was literally just, I was just wasting money for fun with this one. I got to be honest with it. And it didn't have any closure at all. It was just totally open tote, which I don't really like totally open totes. So I went and bought these magnetic snaps that you can just clip onto the rim of a bag. And then I did my own DIY closure that way. You know what I mean? If I can DIY something, I am going to DIY something. Now we're going to enter the dark neutral solid colors. This is the Hermes Sac Sandrine, named after Sandrine Dumas, who is a French actress and also the daughter of Jean-Louis Dumas, who once ran Hermes. They're part of the Hermes family. So he named this bag after his daughter. This is a really gorgeous box leather bag in like a navy color. It could be faded black, I don't know, but in my eyes, it looks navy. Like in person, I know in the camera it looks black, but in my eyes, it's navy. And what got me with this bag was the adjustable strap. And so what I mean by that is, this is just a strap extender that I'm using. So you have the ability to use a strap extender because one side is removable. Therefore, you can add a strap extender if you like, which I did need to, even though I'm a short ass. This still wasn't long enough for crossbody. Or if you want, you can go loop my clasp through my ring. And similar to a Hermes Constance, you can now double up the strap and wear it on a short strap setting. So you can go double strap, which is short. You can go the original length, which I will call medium, or you can add a strap extender and make it long. So with 3 different settings, vintage Hermes bags, I can have multiple looks. I'm like, that's it. That is going to be my first Hermes bag. Toledo Blue. That is the name of this color. This is a vintage Louis Vuitton Concorde bag in the Epi leather in the color Toledo Blue. This is like a really blue, very pigmented, very saturated. It's got the iconic S-lock, which you guys know I love. And thanks to the suggestion from Julie, I've added a black crossbody strap to this to match the black glazing and the black interior. Previously, I was wearing with my Vachetta crossbody strap, but then she suggested to pair it with the black one, and it's a great pairing. So thank you, Julie, for the suggestion. One fun fact, all these S-lock bags all share the same key. So if you have any key that can fit in an S-lock, you can open any S-lock bag. It does not have to be the bag that it originally comes in. You can open any key. So if you would like an S-lock key and you don't have one and you can find one in the pre-loved market, you can buy it because it'll work on any bag. I used the one key to open all my S-lock bags and it worked. It's like Lord of the Rings, the one ring to rule them all, or this is like the one key to open them all. Original size Coach Cassie. They don't make these anymore. I don't know why they discontinued it. They were really popular. This was the first Coach Cassie that came out. Then they made the size 19 afterwards. And they also discontinued this one at some point. I don't know why, but it is a really great bag. Super great dupe for the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. I have no desire for the Pochette Métis after owning this. It is literally the same size and it is literally the same construction of compartments on the inside. And it also has a back pocket the same as the Pochette Métis. This is a dark green. I think it's pronounced Epicea. I'm really not sure. If you know how it's pronounced, let me know. And this is called the Pochette Kourad or Kourad clutch, another men's line clutch. I already showed you the men's Montaigne 27 clutch, and this is the second clutch I collected after this one. Again, I hacked the back of this the same way, but I had learnt my lesson the first time and I'd paid attention to the stitch line, so no pop stitches on this one. Another one of my latest acquisitions. So this is another birthday bag for 2024, and this is again from the brand Bally or Bally, however you want to pronounce it. And this is like the Bally version of the Hermes Mini Kelly, but the rare one with the long shoulder strap. And this one has the advantage of having a back pocket, whereas the Hermes one does not. I got this for such a steal. It is in a bit of rough vintage condition. Like there is drying out and cracking on the straps that I need to be careful of. But you know, what's new? All my bags have drying and cracking on the straps that I need to be careful of. And I love this dark red, like burgundy color. I think it looks a bit brighter through the camera than in real life. It is darker in real life. Not totally dark to the point of dark burgundy, but it is on the darker side of red. Now we're going to get into the warm and fuzzy browns, like cognac-y, tanny, goldy shades. Again, another birthday bag, another Bally or Bally bag. This time, this is not a dupe for any sort of Hermes bag. This is just its own unique style. And this was like grade A vintage. And I really agree with that. It was described well. This is very good condition. This has a mixed metal clasp here. It has some black smooth leather, and it has the brown pebbled leather here. This is like a push up sort of mechanism. And then it has this fold out, and it's got all these compartments. Are really well organized. So this is a dupe that I got for like the Kelly 25 or Kelly 28. And this is from a brand called Itamood, which is actually a brand that's made in China. But I thought for 30 Australian dollars that I paid, so what is that, like 25 or less US dollars, for a bag that has feet, hardware that's even embossed with the brand's name, removable strap. It comes with a strap keeper. Like, oh my gosh, even my vintage Gucci didn't have a strap keeper. This has a strap keeper. Adjustable strap, top handle. It is made from leather, probably like the lowest quality leather, but nevertheless it is a leather bag. And it has a clasp, but you can flip down for a smooth look, or you can flip up for a textured look. My favorite Louis Vuitton Epi color. This is their vintage version of cognac brown called Kenyan Fawn, which they have re-released for the 2024 Neverfull Epi Heritage colors, which is called Fauve. I think that's how it's pronounced, which when you look up the translation means fawn, Kenyan fawn. So these colors come back. This is called the Louis Vuitton Sac Friedland, a bag which again has a long strap, but is adjustable to a short setting as well. And I really love this turn lock. You can actually hear the spring. How cool is that? Real vintage. And then it says Louis Vuitton there. This is called the men's vintage Louis Vuitton Dragonne Sellier clutch in the Epi leather in the color Capango Gold. This color and this color are not the same. Kenyan Fawn, Capango Gold. Red undertones, yellow undertone. Matching color stitching, contrast yellow color stitching. They are my main differences to tell. If you're looking at a listing pre-love online and you're wondering, am I looking at Kenyan Fawn or am I looking at Capango Gold? Because sometimes the colors are listed wrong. Look at the stitching, because Kenyan Fawn should have matching color stitching. Capango Gold should have contrast yellow color stitching, like the same yellow they use on the Pochette. And that would be a quick way for you to tell. So this is a men's clutch, which comes with a wrist strap that's folded inside. And I didn't want to punch holes in this one because this one came in too good of a condition for me to punch holes in. So I went and got one of my bag organizers, which I have sewn picture frame hanging hooks onto. And that is how I attach a strap to wear it as a crossbody bag. Even though I buy a lot of like poorer condition vintage bags, when I do spend the money to get a nicer condition one, I do want to keep it nicer, but yet make it functional at the same time. So I get torn between wearing the bag out myself or making it more functional for me. But this one I do want to keep in nicer condition. I already showed you my two monogram ones. Now we have it in the Kenyan Fawn in the GM. And this one I did spend more money on to get it in good condition. So this one I do baby her a bit more just to keep her in good condition. This was one of my dream St. Clouds, was to get a Kenyan Fawn one. This one is in, she's structure is so good. The condition of the Epi is so good. The St. Cloud is a really easy to use, versatile, saddle shaped crossbody bag. So if you like crossbody bags, you like bags that can stand up on their own, you like bags that are easy to use, and you haven't considered the St. Cloud yet, that is one to research to see if it'll suit you, because I really love it. This is a men's toiletry, a vintage men's toiletry called the Pochette Homme. I don't actually use it as a toiletry, I use it as a crossbody bag. And I have inside there a bag organizer with a D-ring so I can add a strap and turn this into a crossbody bag. Very subtle Louis Vuitton here. Again, it's in the Capango Gold color. Really super easy to use as a crossbody bag. So let me know, guys, that was 37 bags in my 4 collection. What is in your 4 collection and which was your favorite out of all these bags I've shown you today? Maybe because they're the newest ones in my collection, but it is definitely my vintage Bally Kelly bags. So let me know, what bags are you going to be wearing this fall? What bags are in your collection? And are you someone who just sticks with 4 colors during fall? Or are you like, I'm going to wear whatever color I want in whatever season I want with whatever outfit I want, because I don't care about seasons? So let me know what you think. And let me know what you think of me including the monogram bags as part of like my neutrals. Do you agree with that concept? Or you were like, no, monogram should not be a part of neutrals. Now, if you guys haven't already seen, I have hauled 17 vintage outfits from my mum's closet, and I have paired it with all my vintage bags, and I'll leave that video here. And if you guys haven't already seen that, Louis Vuitton have re-released the Epi Never Fall in the heritage colors, which are the vintage Epi colors. And I was so excited to see these colors come back, including my favorite Kenyan fawn. I'm going to leave that video here.